everybody.
Hey,
what?
We're trying to record.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing it for real.
Yes.
You get out of here.
Right. Yeah. Hey, some weird guy just walked into the studio trying to screw us up. Yeah, because we never fuck up. No, not at all.
No.
Anyway, if you like our content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the videos below. Also, check us out on Facebook and Twitter and anywhere else that podcasts are available.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm so attracted to you all of a sudden, but I want you.
What the hell are you, a porno Dracula?
Blah. Another buddy of ours. So what should we name this buddy?
Defrin. Vass Defrin.
Okay, so our buddy Vass.
Heretofore referred to as Vass.
Or Defrin. Or the combination of the two.
Last name Defrin.
Vass Defrin. All right, so Vass, we would always go stay the night at Vass's house. And he was always the first one to fall asleep. This was back when we were in high school, 15, 16 years old?
Long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago.
Galaxy far, far, far away. Vast the Stampede.
No, Vast the Stampede is actually a cool anime character.
Vast the Stampede hole.
Vast the Stampede hole. All right.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. You're nasty.
Yeah, I know.
He was always the first one to go to sleep. And
yeah, like that's always a great idea, is to invite a bunch of a-holes over, and then
every one of us were assholes.
Yeah, and be the first one to fall asleep, because that was a fantastic idea.
So we had this hot dog, and we he fell asleep. He breaks out with oil that gets on his face. So we found some bologna in his fridge. Laid a piece of bologna on the side of his cheek, and the next morning it disappeared.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
We were continuing to fuck with him, and one of the things that we did, we found a hot dog, and we named it Cedric.
Well, somebody named it Cedric and didn't spell it right the first time, so this other side of the wiener had to be written on with a Sharpie, Cedric properly.
Yeah, so our buddy Rock Thrower, so you got Vass, Rock Thrower, and then me and Stumpy.
Right.
And Rock Thrower can't spell for fucking shit.
No.
He wrote Cedric
Rock
on the fucking hot dog with an S.
Rock Thrower's one of the short bus kids, though. Don't hold it against him.
He gives me the hot dog, and Vass is sound asleep on the couch.
Right.
He gives me the hot dog.
He's dead to the world.
Dead to the fucking world.
Yeah, heavy sleeper, Vass.
Very, very heavy sleeper. So Rock Thrower gives me the hot dog. I said, yeah, let me have it. I'm going to hum it out. I played baseball. I was a catcher behind the plate, so I had a pretty good arm. And this was in the time that I was
the catcher, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm a catcher. I played with a select team. Anyway, I had a good arm. I crow hopped this fucking wiener right into the side of Vass's head.
Yeah. Dude,
just, you hear
it exploded on contact.
All over this place.
It ended up all over the wall, the ceiling. I mean,
I've tested the speed that I could throw at back then. I was able to throw 78, 80 miles an hour.
The problem is, if we'd had a radar gun in the living room, to measure this wiener traveling through the air, we'd have all died laughing, and he would have taken it right in the eye, and we'd have to go to the hospital.
It was the fastest wiener in the world.
There might be some people that debate you on that one.
And all you hear is just this meat slapping this face.
It was a disgusting sound. It sounded like if you could imagine someone dropping a sandwich.
And Vass just goes, Ugh. Oh, wait, no. That's when he got shot.
No, that was a different time.
That was a different time.
We'll get to that story in a minute.
What are you guys doing? Stop it, I'm trying to sleep.
Dude,
that's your own dumbass
fault. There was hot dog on the ceiling. That
hot dog exploded.
That is a cold fact that there was hot dog stuck to the ceiling after that.
Amazing enough, the next morning there was no hot dog on the wall or on the couch.
Yeah, dude, all gone.
The bologna that we put on his face.
All gone.
Gone.
Dude, yeah, as if it had never existed.
And our buddy, Vass, was he was a big guy. So
Yeah.
apparently he had a midnight snack.
Well, another one for old Vass here. But you're going to notice that Vass was a target of a lot of these. And,
Absolutely.
yeah,
but he
yeah.
deserved it.
Well, Vass,
he deserved it.
True, he often earned what he had coming. But so here, another time I can think, Vass always had his fan on. He'd always get aggro if you turned it off. So one day we turned it off and we piled about 4 things of glitter on top of the fan blades. After it became still, we got up there. I mean, we all over the entire thing of glitter on all 5 fan blades, and we left it off, and off we went, because we knew he'd come in there and be, man, who turned the fan off, So he turns the fan back on. It's slowly, first you don't notice anything. You think, okay, it's going to... And eventually that centrifugal motion catches up and glitter is everywhere. Every freaking where. And if you can imagine, like for those of you that don't know, glitter is the herpes of the arts and crafts world, man. Because once you get it somewhere, it's there forever.
You can't get rid of that
You
shit.
will not get rid of it. You will never get rid of all
Vacuum
of it.
doesn't work.
No, nothing.
The only thing that works is your eyes, because it always gets in your eyes.
No, well, we left the room on that one. Like,
well, y'all did.
Yeah,
Y'all did. But I'm just saying, if you're around glitter, it's getting in your
Who
eye.
the hell would want to get good? Dear God.
There's people that put glitter on their face. Women put glitter on their face as a makeup. There's makeup with glitter in it.
That sounds like a poor idea all over.
Yeah, it does. It sounds awful.
Ugh. Golly.
Women, I tip my hat to you, because that's ridiculous.
Oh, don't sit there and act like you never worn makeup.
I have worn makeup, just for a different reason.
Yeah, I have too, but I was young and I needed the money. But I'm not about that life anymore.
My form of makeup was, of course, horror makeup.
Well, yeah. We did the haunted hotel and everything, and that was always a lot of fun, but not very glittery.
No glitter there.
Well, that was the funniest thing. That it got everywhere, all over his bed, all into the carpet, and this carpet was the perfect texture to hold it.
It wasn't like that flat carpet.
No, it was almost shag, but not quite.
Yeah, it's about that medium length carpet.
No.
So I mean, it wasn't that super, like he said, shaggy. So it wasn't everywhere it gets caught in the vacuum.
It was enough to where
you can't get that shit out.
There was noticeable glitter 4 months later, after who knows how many vacuumings.
I know one that you need to go over.
What's that?
The time that Vass decided to leave us to go on a date. We were all going to hang out at his house and go do stuff.
Yeah, the fishing line. Okay, that was a good one. So Vass had all kinds of,
prospects?
Well, no, prospects. No. He had trophies and stuff. He had little knick-knack shelves in his room. It was reasonably well organized.
Yeah.
So what we did is we opened the door one day after Vass went off on his date. After inviting,
invite us over.
People over and then go on a date. Now, that's just a dick move.
Well, here that is a dick move, but it's worse when you invite us assholes.
Oh no, far worse.
Us
Why
assholes.
Would you ever give us access?
Come over and hang out. We get there. Hey, I'll catch you guys later. I got a date.
I'll be back.
The fuck, man?
Oh, okay.
Okay, sure.
So we leave the door open, and because this, in addition to the fan always being on, he always wanted to have his door closed. So we leave the door open. We take some fishing line that we had found, and we tied it around the handle of the doorknob, and we proceeded to run this behind his CD collection.
Everything. So his room. Think of his room like a square.
Yeah.
And he had shelving up high that had all kinds of...
Up high, down low, every which way the wind blows. It was crazy. I'm serious, man. So we run this behind all his little trophies, his knickknacks, everything on his shelf, his whole CD collection.
Yeah, and he liked Nickelback.
Yeah, and we tie it off to the opposite end of the door frame. Knowing full well he's going to be like, man... close the door.
Who closed the door? Who left the door open?
So he gets ready to go on this date, right? And he goes into his room. I assume to do whatever he needed to do for the last minute.
During this time, he didn't mention he was in the shower. He was in the shower for 30 minutes.
Yeah. We had plenty of time.
To
pull this fishing line all the way around there and take all the tension out of it. And sure enough, man, he goes in there. I guess one little final once over. and
we're hanging out in the living room.
He closes the door, and you just hear everything cascade down to the ground.
It sounds like a bull just went through his room, and destroyed
everything. Fell at once, like an isolated earthquake occurred in that one exact geographical location. It was funny as hell because he closes the door and he just goes, ugh.
He just stops, standing with the doorknob still in his hand.
Yeah, just drops his head and then leaves. Like, I'll deal with this later. Yeah. No, just off after that. Yeah,
he deserved it. Like we said, he desered everything he got.
Well, that was the thing. You don't do that, man.
You don't invite assholes over and then decide.
You don't do that either. Let's be real here. You don't do that.
Yeah, first off, you don't screw over your friends, inviting them over. Say, hey, let's hang out. Oh, by the way, I had this chick call after y'all got here. I'm going to go on a date with her.
After a while, we just encouraged it because it gave us time to do all kinds of shit.
He's like, because I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he was always going to get some. So he would ditch us for girls. You know, that whole saying, bros before hoes. And then the women have their saying that you got chicks before dicks, right? Okay. It's the same thing. He ditched us to go hang out with this chick thinking he'd get some. Of course, he never did, as far as I know.
I don't want to know.
I don't.
At a certain point, I think he was just a glutton for punishment.
Yeah,
that was like one of the times he fell asleep in the living room, and let's just say the outfit that Vass was wearing was less than flattering.
and we had Nerf guns,
and certain things were,
hanging out,
sticking out, looking like maybe you sat in gum or something like that.
Little brain showing.
Yeah. It made a perfect target for a Nerf gun at point blank range. The hell of it was.
The noise he made.
The noise it made could only be equated to that of a moose dying of a heart attack. Thanks, Rant. Just in case they were wondering. But man, no kidding. But hell, didn't even wake up.
Didn't wake it up at all.
Heavy sleeper did not begin to define Vass.
No, this was a direct shot to the nether regions.
Right to the testy. No, not to the nether regions.
Yeah.
There was one little...
Right to one single nut.
Yeah, point blank with a Nerf gun. Didn't wake up.
But
groaned, though.
He didn't wake up, but he made the funniest fucking noise I've ever heard come out of his mouth.
Had one hell of a bad dream, for sure. He thought something was after him, I'm
That's
sure.
why he could never get any. I've had too much to drink.
I'm starting to wonder. There was another one I can think of with him. And this was one of the times that one of his girlfriends was hanging out, and he decided to talk shit. But the problem was he was holding the video camera at the time.
Oh, so he was holding the video camera while he was talking shit.
Right. So one of the other friends...
What do we call him? Sancho.
Yeah, Sancho's a good name. So Sancho informs me, brings me the camera. He's like, dude, check this out. So I'm like, okay, what's it got? And I'm sitting there listening to him talking shit. I'm like, hell no. So we wait till about...
And he's talking shit about us.
Yeah.
Not
his girlfriend that he thought was probably being absolutely hilarious.
His girlfriend didn't like us to begin with.
No, she did not.
But
we didn't give her much reason to either.
No, but she was a bitch, so she deserved it.
Well, there you go. So the funny thing about so he's sitting there talking shit, like, and she's laughing and everything, and it's just, man. So we couldn't abide that. It was too much. Too egregious an insult to abide.
He should have known better.
He should have known better.
We trained him better.
What he should have done is erase that party was filming because, man, it caused him some grief later on. So about 2:30 in the morning, we take off to one of the 24-hour convenience stores around there. We get one of those big 44-ounce, those Route 44 drinks.
Oh, yeah.
They're like half a gallon.
Oh, those big fucking drinks.
We filled it with ice and water. And we went back to the house where he was sound asleep, dumped the whole thing right on his head. Funniest thing about that, he stands up, man, what the hell? Why would you do this bullshit? Throws his shirt. And then, for whatever reason at the time, I decided to do a Yoda impersonation. I said, sleep in the wet spot, you will. No shit. And then we just left the room.
That's what he gets.
Yeah. To be fair, he did earn that. You don't talk shit, and if you do, don't record it. And that was the thing, like, there were so many times, like, it's a wonder he invited us over at all, to be quite honest.
That's another thing. Why did he invite us over when he knows that if he fucks up,
maybe he was
fucking with him.
Maybe he was a masochist. I don't know.
He might be masochist. Maybe he might be glutton for punishment. He might enjoy the attention.
Well, there was another time that he fell asleep in the living room next to a bowl of cereal. And, that provided me and Sancho a measure of inspiration. We started moving everything in the kitchen into the living room. So everything we could move, the table, all the pots out of the cabinet,
the food.
Dude, we emptied the pantry. We piled it all up around him as he was sleeping on the floor in the living room. He woke up surrounded by the kitchen in the living room. I can't imagine how confusing that would be. But here's the kicker to all that. Like, so we do that. We set an alarm to leave at 6, even though this was at like 3 in the morning. Just so he'd be stuck putting everything back on his own. So not only did we move all the kitchen into the living room, but we bailed on him for him to clean it up himself, too.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah. So it just it seemed to never really end with Vass, and
he brings it on himself.
That's
every
true.
time.
That's true. At a certain point, when it keeps happening, you have to wonder if you're the one at fault.
There's a common denominator here, and it's not us.
I sit back and I question my life, and I wonder if I'm the one in the wrong. So, and you mentioned cherries earlier, and this was convenient too. So, that fact that it was an adult store.
Definitely an adult store.
Yes, my God. So we venture into the back room one day to find something to
playing one beer bottle.
Dear God. Anyway, so we go back there, and so we get this idea that we're gonna put a porn on repeat in Vass's PlayStation, and so we're gonna put it on loop. Turn the volume on the TV all the way up. This was another time he left us there, by the way, and that's why we got the idea to do this.
This was another date he had.
This was another date he had, but man, he had to come back to some whoppers.
So I wonder if he ever dreaded leaving the house knowing that we were there.
If he did, that's what he gets for inviting us. That's pretty much where I draw the line at guilt. So we get there. And so we're looking at all the varieties, if you will, of pornography they had on offer, and we're like, okay, the regular stuff's not gonna cut it. We gotta look into the.
You gotta go into the deep porn.
You gotta go into the imported section, where
the ones that are slightly and might be a little illegal.
Not kink shaming anyone, but this stuff was out in left field, man. So we finally settle on one called Rubber Nurse.
Oh, God, the name.
Dude.
The fucking name.
And trust me, it leaves nothing to be, wondered. The name sums it up entirely. So we get back.
Was it a Russian film?
I have no clue. Eastern European for sure. And so we get back, we put it in the PlayStation. We get to about, maybe 2 minutes of this, and it's like, oh, my God. So we proceed to turn the TV volume up to 60 and just turn the TV off. We left the PlayStation on repeat. So he'd come back, not realizing his PlayStation was on, and then he just turns the TV on and just gets blasted by this. But that wasn't the only thing. So in addition to that, we left the case for the DVD sticking out from under his bed.
Under his mattress?
Yeah, because his mom would maybe do the laundry or something like that. She was going to notice this bright red-colored case sticking out.
I can only imagine his mom finding something like that in his room.
I'm willing to bet she cried that night.
Cried? She probably tried to exorcise him. Probably for exorcism. The power of Christ compels you.
One of two things happened. She either looked at it and decided she didn't have the parenting skills to deal with it, stuck it back under the bed and left.
Was Dr. Phil a thing back in this time? Probably not.
Dr. Phil wouldn't have had the skills for this one.
Dr. Phil would be like, no, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You show him this is what you found in there? Yeah, you live with the devil.
Get him the fuck out.
Best thing you can do is kick him out of your house right now.
Burn him while he sleeps, because apparently he won't wake up on it.
You burn the house down, but no joke, man. So he came back to that,
and I'm sure she found it.
Oh, there's no way she didn't.
Yeah.
There's no, because it was prominently this. It was one of those things that looked threatening enough where you almost have to like look at it and be like, "What the hell is that?"
And then you read the title.
Yeah, and then you read the title and you look at the back and you decide either you want to know more or you wish you never knew it at all.
Would you like to know more?
Yeah, no, there is no middle ground with this. It's either something you're like comfortable with pursuing or not.
Oh, yeah, I want to watch this. God, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that requires lots of alcohol and inner contemplation.